Pause that. Do this. Fuck. This. A professional. Promise. Promise. Can't promise that because I'd be lying to you. Alright. I'm all set. Ready to go. Undeafening for Junkie. Alright. I also gotta wait for Junk Boy to go live. Refresh my Twitch.
Searching patent archives for Dr. Croyd Guardian bots and Excelsior! I got the plans! Alright, step one. Activate your friendly Guardian bot by installing power supply. Sounds simple enough.
You ready, pal?
Get ready, Ratchet.
Nice shot! Alright now, step two. Oh wait, looks like I forgot to read the disclaimer. Before proceeding to step one, be sure to reset the Guardian's directive matrix to ensure it does not boot up in murder mode. Murder mode?
Crouch, you darn fool! Now look what you've done! Hang tight, rookies! I think I have a cranial mood reshifter somewhere in the back of the ship!
We are doomed.
Got it! Stand clear, rookies! I'm firing down the cranial mood reshifter!
Phew! That was a close one!
According to our data feed, the whole of Paradoxology is on total lockdown. Dr. Croyd must have set up safeguards to keep the collectors away.
We'll rewrite your Guardian's directive matrix to transport you to the Exploratorium Power Station. If you restore the power, the system should reset and remove the lockdown. Those Guardian cannons should still work. Better hop on in case we get any visitors along the way.
That barrier is being protected by 2 shield generators. Take them out, and you should be on your way.
Razor moths.
Well done, Ratchet.
Razor moths.
Laser moths. Yeah. Put down, boys.
Looks like we found some more info on Dr. Croyd. His original ephemeris design was on file at the Magnus Hall of Records, but it was only built to carry a single occupant. Evo must have made some modifications.
razor moths.
Looks like Croyd equipped those towers with fusion cannons. Neutralize them.
Ha! Neutralized. They got the towers. I got money.
I have returned.
Ah, you have returned.
Yes, and assuming they're still in here, hi Biohazard.
Ah, you have a watch.
Possibly. I get it a lot where a friend will like pop in, say hi, and then dip.
Concentrate fire on the fusion cannons.
That's fair.
Yeah, also, there's something that I came to remember that I often seem to forget when I stream.
What is that?
What I'm mainly sharing does not have to occupy the entire stream window.
This is correct, but there's also a problem. If you're
What?
talking about doing, I think you're doing. You're talking about sharing only one screen in particular.
No. What I'm talking about is doing a similar setup to an overlay. How a lot of content creators have an overlay where in this overlay there is their spot for their camera window, their chat, and like subs and donations and shit. Then there's a much bigger window, which is where the actual stream content sits.
Ah, yeah.
That shit. That's what I'm talking about.
See, I had something like that set up, but I removed it after a while.
Alright.
'Cause
But yeah.
honestly, it was like not what I
Yeah, I feel that. Also, I gotta do something for a quick sec.
The power station's just ahead. Keep going, rookies.
Yeah, I just gotta open up. Since what I plan on doing here is I plan on basically bouncing between like Blender, Unity, and like Krita. My display sharing just so then anytime I change that, my stream can see it.
But you're doing more
Look
than
out! That Guardian's stuck on murder mode.
Technically, yes. Basically, since I'm working my model, I'm going to be bouncing between the three while I troubleshoot shit. Make sense?
yeah.
Yeah, so that's basically what I'm doing right now. Also, I'm just going to
Whoa,
do that
that
just
was
so that I at least
awesome.
have something
Clank,
while
can
I'm
we
doing
keep it?
this.
Ratchet, a guardian robot is not a pet.
Ratchet, a guardian robot is not a pet. Says who? I can keep a guardian as a pet.
Alright. Okay, now that I have it pulled up, I can switch back to this. Okay, what was I doing?
Stay on alert. I'm picking up another Guardian.
Okay, I guess that works. Also, I'm going to do this because my stream I feel has been way too fucking quiet.
Yeah, this Guardian is lethal.
There we go. Now I actually have some audio. in My stream. Also, George, could you tap into my stream just to tell me if this is too loud or not? I just want to know if my music's too loud.
If I can click the right thing.
I just want to know if my music's too loud.
If I can click the right
Well,
thing.
it's also loud enough to where it's still heard, but I can also still be heard more. Well, it's also loud enough to where it's still heard, but I can also still be heard more.
You might have to turn your music down slightly.
How's that? Once it goes through.
your music down slightly.
How's that? Once it goes through.
It's all right for now.
Okay, and
It, it,
how's
be-
my audio compared to it?
well, that's what I was meaning when I said turn your music
Oh,
down, because your music was a slight bit louder than you, but you're fine now.
alright, good. Okay.
Also,
It-
I have a question for you, because I
Yeah.
was talking with you briefly about the whole fact of, like, your whole sorry,
Bullshit.
no, the your avatar stuff, the
Yeah.
steampunk stuff.
Yeah.
So
Looks like this one brought some friends.
I had
Now would be a good time
thought
to get to
about
that
it, and
power
I was
station.
like, oh yeah.
Hang on. He's
Have
going
you ever seen the
for it.
movie Mortal Engines?
I have actually.
Now, you see, Mortal Engines, I feel, is like your kind of movie.
Concepts? Yes. The movie specific plot? Eh.
Well, mainly the concept for it, because it's like a steampunk mixed with Mad
Yeah,
Max
so
kind of thing.
so the world plot, not the story plot.
Yeah, the story plot not so much, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I can definitely agree with you on that front. But I guess that's something else that kind of bothers me too. Is just that a lot of people are like, oh, it's cobbled together. Oh, it's mainly mechanical.
It has been 50 years since Mr. Dinkles was taken, and my
Alright.
rescue plan has backfired in a most disastrous way. The directive matrix that restricts
Oh, yeah,
ephemeris to this
I remember
planet
looking
has
at
been
the,
deleted.
This part first.
The onboard surveillance camera shows that this was no accident. This was Nevo's doing. This is twice he has taken what does not belong to him. Only now, he has something that will allow him to expand his plan beyond the confines of Magnus. And now, Ephemeris grows under Nevo's control. He's modifying it for interplanetary travel, extending his reach further and further into the cosmos. Soon, there will be no stopping him. I can wait no longer. I must venture to Uzo City for a long overdue confession, and to convince the Tharpods to stop my old friend. At all costs. We must succeed. For if we fail, dark times will befall the planet. Or worse, the universe itself.
Alright, we're all set now.
Alright.
As you were saying?
Yeah, as I was saying, what kind of annoys me is when people are seen as, or with steampunk, we're just like, oh, it's mainly mechanical, oh, it's cobbled together, like it's kit bashed or salvaged or something. It personally annoys me a little bit when people always associate that to steampunk, because it's like, it's not. Steampunk looks more function than form because of the era it's based in. Not because, and I had a few nuts and bolts lying around and I built this.
Or it's like, I just stuck a bunch of nuts and bolts in this. Does it work? Fuck if I know.
Yeah, and that's exactly what just annoys me a lot of the time, is because there's steampunk aesthetic and then there's lazy. Might not quite go that hard. But yeah, so like for example, just trying to think of an example. Oh yeah, like for example, you know how with like say something that's supposed to look like cyborg or robotic or something like that, and all it does is look like someone took like a mitt full of wires and chunks of a circuit board, slapped it on their arms somewhere, and called it a day.
Do not worry, Furball.
Yeah.
Mr. Sir
That's what a
will
lot of
protect
people
you.
make out with
I'm over
steampunk,
here.
except in a more rustic form. That ain't it. And
You ready,
to
pal?
a decent
I am
degree,
ready.
I see that way too often. And every time I do, it just
Exploratory
annoys me.
deployments detected. Initiating energy
'Cause, like,
restoration tutorial.
You can
version
have
2.1.
form and function.
Place ion
You don't just
conduit
have to go
securely
full bore
in open
form.
power socket.
Because just form, it looks stupid.
Now that was
You know what I
good
mean?
teamwork.
Yeah. Actually, what's funny enough, I think you
Mr.
mentioned all
Zurkon
this
does
the
not
last time we
need
played.
Yeah.
ignorance.
Yeah, I think I did. But overall, I'm just saying is that when it comes to it, that's what kind of annoys me. It would be the equivalency of someone saying, "Oh, they're into Star Wars," and seeing Star Trek and be like, "Oh, it's in space too. It's similar."
Now, hold on, Junkie. I'd be careful. I'd be careful with a comment like that. You might piss off Star Trek and like Star Wars fans, man.
Actually, I'm pretty sure with my point, they would actually
Ready.
side with me because they would
I am ready.
it would annoy them to a similar caliber.
Yeah, the fact that you talk to a Star Trek fan and a Star Wars fan, it's like, yeah, they're definitely two different things. Granted, I am a Star Wars fan, but I'm not gonna chew
Redirect
someone's head
energy
off for
path
like, oh
using
yeah,
power
fucking
director.
You didn't get this
uh,
shit right. You didn't get this lore right. You don't know the distinctions of this shit and this shit.
I my whole thing with Star Wars is pretty lightsaber ship battles, space. That's my whole thing. But I'm not into Star Trek, so that's the other part of it. Where it's just like I'm not
Ratchet, can you
full
grab that
like
power director?
Star Wars nut like most people are.
Yeah.
But like I'm still into Star Wars. So I am not gonna like completely throw myself off of the whole Star Wars train.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
But yeah, just overall, it just gets under my skin to the similar caliber as that would get under a Star Wars fans or a Star Trek fans' skin.
Yeah. Now the question is, Junkie,
Yes.
which are you?
What, Star Wars or Star Trek?
Yes. Are you a Star Trek fan or are you a Trekkie? Or, yeah.
I was about to say, that sounds like the devil says, like, oh, are you a Star Trek fan or a Trekkie? But to answer your question, honestly, I'd probably say more Star Wars. Main reason being is just because, again, sort of what I've been saying, I like the whole kind of rustic mechanic type aspect to it. Because I remember hearing someone describe the difference between Star Wars and Star Trek as being future dystopia and then future utopia. Which is, at least as far as I'm concerned, makes a lot of sense. Because if you... And, like, would you agree with me on that?
Kind of?
Mainly because, look at it this way. What is 99% of the technology in Star Trek designed, or basically, what's its general aesthetic? Clean, sterile, and refined, right?
I think. I don't know Star Trek.
Well,
Yeah,
anyways, for
nice
at least for
work.
what I love, what I've seen, that's what it looks like. It's clean, it's reformed, it's basically the tech equivalent of like modern homes, where it's got a very sleek, clean, sharp kind of aesthetic to it. You know what
Sure. I'll say yes.
I mean?
For
Fine.
time's sake.
Yeah, that's Star Trek. Star Wars has a dystopian
Ready.
look. Like a lot of things are cobbled
am
together.
ready.
A lot of things look like they're just barely maintained. Example being the Millennium Falcon.
Well, I mean, to be fair, it. All right.
Zurkon does not need limits.
Nope. I realized I was like, well, I mean, I'm not one of those Star Wars fans who's gonna like patronize you on like not knowing things or anything. As I just opened my mouth and was like, well, technically, and like I opened my mouth and said something that I said I wasn't gonna do.
Yeah, but either way, the main point I was getting at, where'd that go? The main point that I'm just getting at is that, not saying it's in disrepair like, oh, it's not cared for or anything else like that. That's what some people might think. What I mean is like, it's in constant disrepair because of just the dystopian type nature of the Star Wars universe. There's wars constantly being fought. There's like, yeah, like there's wars constantly being fought because of like the Empire or the New Order, or whatever the fuck you want to say.
I should acquire some nanotech.
And a lot of that causes a lot of conflict. People lose their homes. Their homes are destroyed. They have to move. They're under like a dictatorship rule, so it's dystopian. And everything has to just barely be maintained. In fact, considering the fact that most Star Wars movies are about people rebelling against them, or against basically, well, the Empire. A lot of the stuff they have, it's found, it's salvaged, it's cobbled together. It basically functions for as best as they can get it.
Yeah.
That screams dystopian to me.
Fair. I'll say that. But
don't feel so
I
good.
do have a genuine question. How much of Star Wars have you actually seen?
I've seen 4 through 6. I've seen 7 through 9.
Ready, pal?
And I think I've
Get
seen
ready,
1.
Ratchet.
I was gonna say, because have you ever seen pre-Star Wars? Well, not pre-Star Wars, but like.
Yeah, 1 through 3.
Yeah, 1
Reconnect
through 3.
Versa plugs
So,
to restore power
because
link.
1 through 3.
Yep. Alright.
Hop in.
The whole thing with it is everything that you are saying is like the dystopia and everything.
Yeah.
They actually were put together. The whole place used to run functionally and actually looked together. But because of the Empire's attacks and rules and all the other things,
Yeah.
it caused...
Yeah, shit started to fall apart.
Yeah. And the reason for the Millennium Falcon looking the way it does,
Ready.
Get ready.
I mean, that ship was torn to high hell. I mean, I'm pretty sure you've heard of the Parsecs story with Han
More
Solo,
ammo.
right?
Or
at least him joke about it. So
Oh, like the shit, like she
Like-
beat thing like so many parsecs.
yeah, he made
I
the
believe
trip
this
from one
situation
place to
calls for the
another.
vacuum.
Oh no, it was called the Parsec Run.
Yeah.
He had to make it to a location in a certain amount of time and whatnot.
Yeah.
But the whole thing behind that is I gotta stop for a moment and explain this.
Hey, I caught one.
The reason the Millennium Falcon looks so trashed and like scrapped together
Battered and bruised.
is bruising and shit that's happened over time. Because the
Yeah.
Millennium Falcon was not part of Han Solo. Han Solo won that in a bet. And obviously Han Solo was the one who had to put it back together. And Han Solo being a bounty hunter prior to joining the main group,
Yeah.
obviously everything he got was black market.
Second, third hand.
Scrap. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the ship is reasonably put together with literal scrap. It functions, but it's all black market scrap.
Yeah, the ship is essentially... The ship is basically built from scrap and held together with duct tapes and chewing gum type deal.
Yes.
Yeah.
You ready, pal?
But yeah, and I get that. But that again proves my point.
Can you grab
The
that
fact
power
that
director?
a lot of ships are like that where it say you have a base frame, this blows out, you gotta replace it. This blows out, you gotta replace it. This got hit, this got blown out, this destroyed, this malfunctioned.
Yep.
And then you gotta swap this out, swap this out. It's like the freaking paradox with like, oh, you have this ship, and then each year you replace a new board with it type deal.
Yep.
What are
And
you
since the
waiting for,
Millennium
rookies?
Falcon is
Fire that cable cannon.
unique,
Yeah.
finding parts for it is not a simple task.
Yeah,
So,
and I get that.
And especially being
My
the way
robotic friend,
Han Solo
we do not wish
is,
to fight you.
he kind of doesn't really have a choice.
Yeah. Oh, also, I want to ask you something if you're looking at my stream. So, if you compare the, oh, there we go. Yeah, so if you compare the shirt on this, model, or on this, texture, to what I have, in Photoshop right now,
Yes.
what do you think I should change this shirt to? Because I'm just trying to do it. I've already changed like all of this, all of the like inner brownish part to something, as you can see. What
Yeah.
about the actual shirt? Like you see the shirt's sort of like a light gray.
Yeah.
Do you think I should change that color to anything?
Um, Honestly, from what you've told me about your backstory with your character, which
Yeah.
honestly you should probably like speak a little bit on that for your like chat sake. What's
Yeah.
popping? Something is making a pop noise.
Pop, pop, pop. Pop.
That's my stream. What the fuck? Why is it popping? Apologies,
Like,
chat. You're
what
gonna
do you
have to
mean
give
it's
me a
your
moment.
stream?
Something is making a noise.
Oh,
I'm
I
gonna
see.
I'm gonna do this. Things are gonna go black for a moment. Um, Sorry. While I troubleshoot technology. Um, Honestly, I would say your character's shirt. Um, so
Yeah.
the place and everything your character's from is kind
Yeah.
of like a utopia kind of thing, right?
Uh, Not exactly. Sort of think of like, think of the best way I think to put it is think a medieval type world like in your traditional fantasy. It's got magic.
Okay, stop.
It's got magic. Monsters like dragons and other shit.
All right. Let
Also, thanks for appreciating my taste in music there, Biohazard. And the fuck did I do? You said, "How dare you?" But yeah, basically think of that type of thing, like castles, dragons, monsters, magic, all that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Going through its industrial revolution.
All right. Um,
That's basically what my character is in.
now my question is, how rare is white clothing? How rare is like think of it
No,
this
no,
way.
I know what you mean.
The way you're making your character be, the way your character's
Yeah,
backstory is. I kind of have an excuse considering the fact that I'm
a realm hopper.
multi-dimensional hive mind kind of particle dust kind of character. I just can make my outfit more comfortable. Whereas your backstory kind of has you stuck in an era. It's a fantasy era, but it's kind of an era where you have to customize yourself to the era. So,
Oh yeah. Also, to answer your question,
Ratchet,
uh,
take cover.
yeah, to answer your
I have your
question,
back, Ratchet.
Biohazard.
Back in action. I'm over here.
I think it's called "Let You Down" because currently I'm playing a no copyrighted playlist thing, and it doesn't have timestamps, so I can't really see what it is. Yeah, so
Ready,
I
pal?
can't really tell you what the name of the song is.
he tell you what the
I am ready.
thing is
What
you
the-
got it from. Oh, I fell off.
Yeah, well, If you want to know later, yeah, dude, if you want to know later, you just message me and I'll send you a link to it. You can find it yourself.
This is fun.
Like, do like the video I
I will help
have
you,
playing.
Ratchet.
You could post it in your chat. You could post
Right,
a link to your video in the chat.
right, yeah, that's true.
You ready,
Because
pal?
it is your own chat, so
ready,
you can
Ratchet.
post
Yeah,
it as
yeah,
you
just,
so feel.
I'm usually the one watching, not the one streaming, so.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so that's the link to the video of what I'm watching right now. If you want to check it out, go ahead. But anyways, as we were saying,
Uh,
oh, like the white shirt.
yeah, so like think of the way your world is, that your OC and characters set up in.
Yeah.
How often, like, if you were to walk out on the street and see other people around, I don't know the part of town you're in. I don't know how high up an official you are. Hell, I don't even know
Yeah.
if you're an official at all. Think about where you are.
So basically, you're referring to location,
You ready,
social
pal?
status, and availability.
Get ready,
Yes.
Ratchet.
What is you?
That's a fair point. But it's also a case of style too. Like just because it's available doesn't mean he necessarily would want it.
Well, that still raises the question.
Anyone
Do
need
you
some
have access
nanotech?
to it? Are you someone who is able to get your hands on it?
We make an excellent.
Given how I have
team.
the story, I would probably say yes. Because I think when I told you before, with one of the kind of events I want to have happen in it, is he
Ratchet, can you grab that power director?
is basically that he train of thought, damn it.
Take your time. Because I mean,
Um,
my story is not 100% full set through. I mean, my buddy's currently working on it for the actual full story. But for the quick summary of what I am,
Yeah.
is I'm a hive
I am
mind
ready.
void dust.
Station beta activated.
Space trash,
One
basically.
station remaining.
But useful space trash. I'm an after
Alright.
product of a void.
Okay. Alright,
Hey, get
but
away from
yeah,
my
okay, what I was
pal.
gonna say before was basically just that I kind of have it where, due to my character's skills in what he does, he's essentially, in a few occasions, been employed by higher ranking individuals. One of which being this world's respective, like, royal family or some shit.
Not bad for a carbon-based life form.
To the extent of basically, it was thanks to him that the castle has indoor plumbing.
Now the question is, did you spend your money on clothing or technology?
More than likely, I would have it where he would probably put a lot more money into tools, materials, and other shit for his own experiments.
Get ready, Ratchet.
In addition to the given, which is like food, supplies, other shit.
Okay.
He wouldn't really put much effort into his clothing, considering he wouldn't give a shit.
Now the question is,
I better
were
find
the
some
clothing
nanotech.
given to him because of what he's done, or
No, or
did he
was
have
it
to-
like a gift?
Yeah, did like well, if you're going to be here, you must dress the part.
Probably not.
I will help you, Ratchet.
I would probably have it under similar guise as
You ready, pal?
like
Get ready,
the
Ratchet.
main thing is he wouldn't really give much of a shit about clothing, but that's not to say he doesn't give any shits. Like he would have a certain style, but he wouldn't act like a noble with it, I guess is a good way to put it.
No, that's a fair statement.
Plus, also think of it logically, if you're working with machinery, oil, grease, other fluids, you probably don't want to wear white.
That would stain white. But then again, if you think about it, is he working in the outfit you're wearing, or does he have this outfit? Because the way
Probably.
you're out, well, hold on, Because the outfit you're currently wearing, the
Yeah.
one that you're designing,
Yeah.
because it's
Yeah,
what you're wearing
this.
currently on your VTuber, right?
Uh, yes and no. Similar base material. I've just modified it a lot.
Okay, so it's more of a
Oh, shit.
um. So like you have the overcoat, but then you also have the undercoat and vest.
Well, basically, it'd be the overcoat, the vest, and then the shirt.
Now he wears that while he works, or he
The
wears that
coat,
as
maybe
like an
not.
outing thing.
The coat, maybe not, but the other ones, yes.
Because the only thing I could like say, it's like it would kind of be dangerous for him to be wearing all of that. Because every time you see, and again,
Well,
this is kind of going to the stereotype. I don't know
well,
if it's true or
Perhaps
not.
we should keep
But when you
moving.
see people like
Ratchet, can you
working in
grab that power
steampunk
director?
things or steampunk things in general,
yeah,
they're usually wearing just their like dress shirt, like just the shirt
yeah,
underneath.
yeah, which is basically what that would be.
Yeah, but you have the vest with it. You have the
Yeah,
sash with it, and
yeah,
your
but I also
overcoat.
look at it. I also look at it this way. I have the overcoat on here for simplicity's sake. Because, for example, on the model I'm using right now, it technically fits the same way. Biohazard, when you say that, are you referring to Krita? I'm gonna guess you're referring to Krita. But anyways, I look at it this way. The shirt is basically simply a shirt. The jacket
You
he would
ready,
wear if
pal?
he goes out or whatever else. The vest acts as two things. One, an additional layer. Example, say, so he doesn't get shit on his actual shirt, because this would be easier to clean than the shirt. Secondly, the sash and stuff like that, I actually plan on having on his hip, basically a weapon holster.
So he's always armed while working.
Exactly, because, well, because again, it's a magical-ish medieval type world that's
Ratchet,
barely
can you
getting
grab
into
that
the
power
understanding of
director?
technology. There'd be people trying to steal shit. There would be monsters about. You got no
I
idea
don't
what
feel
the
so
fuck
good.
could come through that door.
True.
Especially given the fact that the main way he makes income is off of a mix of commissions. Like people ask him, "Oh, can you build this here?" Like the plumbing shit, or like repair requests, or basically, yeah, primarily off of commission. Meaning, anyone and everyone could walk through his door while he's open, and you don't know if everyone's exactly going to be hospitable. Similar in like a Borderlands situation, like you're dealing with people who are armed with guns. You're not going to walk around without
Get
one,
ready, Ratchet.
even if you're in your own shop.
Yeah.
Similar idea. And yes, I use Krita because A, I ain't paying shit for Photoshop, and B, it works very well.
What about GIMP?
I've seen GIMP. I can't quite remember why, but there's something about it that just rubbed me the wrong way.
I mean, that's fair. Well, because I know someone recommended GIMP to me a long time ago.
Yeah,
Actually, it was Mega who recommended GIMP to me.
yeah. Alright, but honestly, I think at this point I'm gonna leave the shirt, because I think it's fine. Alright, merge. Oh shit. Unhide that. Alright, file. Okay, let's see. File,
pal?
exports.
I'm ready.
In case you're gonna say, George, yes, I'm aware. They can see that. I'm also being um cautious with it too. You know what I mean?
See what? I wasn't really paying attention.
Basically, the fact that I was saving something and someone could, in my stream could see like my file window.
Oh, file is fine. depends on what you got.
Well, yeah, like I said, I wasn't showing anything that could, you know what I mean. What the fuck did I call that again? Let me edit.
Ready. Get ready, Ratchet.
The fuck did I call it?
Station Gamma activated.
File,
Power core
export.
operational. Resetting security protocols.
Ha-ha! Excelsior! You did it,
Yeah.
rookies! The system is resetting!
Yeah,
The
Vero
Hall
texture.
of Paradoxology is officially open for business. Now,
Okay,
hop
there we
in an
go.
automatic and find Dr. Croyd.
Oh, I better find some nanotech.
Here we go. Yeah, that looks a lot better. Alright. Also, is there any other details you think I should add to the face? Because it has a scar over the one eye and like a little oil stain on the cheek, on the other cheek.
I'm out.
All things that you should think about with your backstory. What's happened to him? Do you think his face should have more details? Was he born with special facial features?
Yeah, no, I think of a lot of this, but what I'm also wondering is, given what you know, or off of just like a, hey, this could be cool, what are some ideas you have?
Hop in. Ready. Get ready, Ratchet.
I mean, personally, with what you told me, the way your character looks is the way he
Station
is.
Gamma activated.
I mean, to be honest,
Power
that
core
scar on his
operational.
face, I mean, maybe
Yeah.
one of his eyes
Resetting
should be a
security
slight different.
protocols.
Like, did it miss his eyes?
Excelsior! You
Did he
did it,
lose an
rookies.
eye?
The system is
No,
resetting.
because, like, the main thing I'm going off of is, for example,
Paradoxology
I've
is
seen many
officially open
cases
for business.
in
Now,
media
hop
where a
in an
character would have like a
automatic
cut
and find
right
Dr.
over their
Croyd.
eye, like across it or something else, but
Yeah.
they can still use their eye because they got lucky. Other
So-
cases where the damage is still bad, they physically cannot use that eye anymore.
No. Then I guess the question is he just gonna leave it the way it is, or is he gonna do something sweet? Like, you gonna put a patch over it? You gonna,
Oh, like an eye patch or some shit.
Caught one.
an eye patch, or like,
Hey, get away from my pal.
I don't know, maybe like, since it's a steampunk kind of thing, maybe. I mean, how bad's the
Or
wound?
replace it with like a mechanical eye.
All right.
Base.
My question is, how bad is the actual wound itself? Like, it looks bad, but how in-depth bad is it? Like, is it a burn? Is it a full-on hole? Like,
The best way I can kind of say it is, it's sort of like a hybrid type damage of a. I'm just trying to think how to explain it. Because, for example, I told you why he has a robotic arm, right?
Clank.
vaguely, I forget,
boy.
because you had also
Not a good time
said
to run
that
out of ammo.
you hadn't really fully put that together at the time.
Okay, basically, how I kind of have it is that the reason why he has this arm, and the reason why his eyes like that are for the same basically same cause.
Alright.
He was messing with something. Steampunk cipher eye? Okay. Not exactly sure what you mean by that. But
Mechanical
basically,
eye, basically. You know how you did your one model with
Yeah.
the camera eye?
yeah.
Ready.
Yeah,
Ready.
I just don't. I like the idea a lot of the times of like of prosthetics. I don't. Sort of like I like seeing it on other things, not myself.
Critical
That's
failure
fair.
detected in outer security grid.
I mean, I originally had the idea of having my own
I knew this
cybernetic
nerve system was too
body
old to
part,
handle a sudden
but
burst of
You know,
being a
prosthetic.
yeah, but being part of like cosmetic dust and being able to change my form,
Now that was
it would
good
kind of
teamwork.
make little to no sense to have something like that. I mean, granted, it
It'd be
makes no sense
redundant.
Yeah. But I mean, to be fair, it also doesn't make sense that I have glasses either, considering the fact of why would I need glasses when I'm cosmetic dust.
Hell, maybe every version of you needs glasses.
Every version of me needs glasses. Actually, the thing is, the reason that I have so many different forms and everything is to blend into my current environment, to exist on that plane without causing a disruption.
Yeah, I get it.
I guess the glasses is just fully cosmetic. IRL, I need glasses, 100%. But like
Yeah, so do I.
model wise, it's very cosmetic.
Yeah, I get that.
So, but yeah, for you, it's like um, I don't know. Continue what you were saying about the arm thing. You were messing with something.
Just give me a
You ready
second.
I am ready.
Alright. I might have a cutscene here in a moment. I'm not sure.
Okay.
No, I'm still good.
This will come in handy.
All right. But yeah, what I was saying about the arm was how I look at it is that he was working on something one day. Something went wrong. It took his arm, or at least it badly damaged a lot of his right arm, or yeah, right arm. He was wearing his coat at the time, which is why the sleeve is torn like this. And
Okay.
basically, it's like a thermal, electrical, and kinetic backlash caused the scar on his eye.
Now your sentence right there just said his eye. The mark is on his cheek, though.
Not exactly, but closer.
So I would say, if anything, because of what you said, it was electric.
Well,
Uh,
it was a combination of electrical, thermal, i.e., like an explosion, and kinetic, i.e., shrapnel.
uh, to be honest, with the way you're saying that, it's almost as if spelling out he should have lost the eye. Like that eye should have it, it the eye should have a scar on it, or you should be blind in that eye.
Uh,
Like that's
okay.
just my opinion because of the way it sounds. And the scar, the way it's going on your face,
Yeah.
goes basically over your eye. So it's
Well, basically, what I was saying before is that I've seen cases where like a character would have like a straight up like scarf, like a cut, run basically run like that across their thing, but it's not on their physical eyeball. It's just here and here.
what the fuck's going on with my tracking right now? I mean, it is your character. I still 100% on that.
Yeah,
But
and no, I'm
my
arguing with.
I
I'm not arguing with it because whatever else. Yeah.
yeah, but I'm just saying, like, story wise, and from what you're saying happened wise, that eye should be gone or replaced, or at the very least should have some kind of defect to it. But that's from a
Yeah.
story standpoint, that's what it sounds like. Cosmetically, I can see where you're saying that.
Yeah. Plus, another thing to consider as well, which is sort of what I'm using as, I guess you could say, a bit of a crutch for certain design choices, is that again, this is a world with with magic as well. So depending what he's working with, it could have done X thing or X thing.
So shouldn't it have also fixed the wound as well? Like, not leave a scarring? Because the scarring spells that, hey, it's been healed. But the thing is, though, it was stitched together. Because you usually don't get scars unless
I
you let it.
disagree
You disagree?
because I've actually had marks on me before from shit where it wasn't deep enough to need a stitch, but it's still scarred.
No, 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 no. Okay, no. All right, hold on. Let me rephrase. What I mean by that is that you let it heal naturally, right? Which
That I'm not
still,
sure about.
well, all right.
Because
So since you have the scar, and you're saying it wasn't deep enough to cause
need stitches or something.
need stitches or anything, that also should entail that you didn't get it healed magically.
Well,
Which means,
actually, that's what I was gonna say is because my thought process with it is that, say, if it was a lot worse, but the amount of healing that say it required, it healed it to where it could still function, but the mark was still there, or something like that.
so that means you just went to a very shoddy healer then.
That, or he couldn't pay for a whole lot at the time or something. Like, say it happened earlier on in his life.
There's a lot of raised questions there. Like, I'm not gonna question it, but I'm saying right now, from probably someone else who's wanting to know more about it, is going to ask questions. Like,
Yeah, I know,
because
and honest,
healing doesn't, like, is magic healing doesn't fully, like,
it also what you're getting at also depends on how the world works. Because,
which is
say
also
for
another
example,
question that's still raised.
yeah, but what I'm also saying is that, say for example, I've seen some anime where how healing magic works is simply by someone imagining a wound opening in reverse.
Does
Other
anyone
cases
require
where healing magic
nanotech?
is done by somebody
Yes!
like
Hey,
literally
I
using
found one!
magic to essentially accelerate or generate stem cell or like platelets or something like that to help heal the wound faster. I've seen a bunch of different ways people have explained how it works.
Okay.
So
Well, how does it work in your world?
I think I'm gonna go with it under the guise of bit of column A, bit of column B. Is that how it's utilized by most people is under column A.
Okay.
How it realistically would physically happen is under column B. So it's sort of like a case of, like, the best example I can kind of give is under a similar case of like will taking form through logical means. Like like basically how I'm kind of imagining is, so say you want to create like a fireball. In your mind to conjure it in your for your will, you imagine a ball of flame or
Detecting
a
incoming
campfire or a
enemies.
torch or something as a mental representation to basically dictate what happens. Naturally, in how it would physically happen, is that through the use of magic, it basically is able to isolate and ignite the air, causing said fireball.
Okay.
That's kind of what I'm getting at. On a
Sorry.
no, go ahead.
No, I was just saying. So in like the anime trope of imagine what you want to create.
Exactly. However, it also has a logical explanation as to what is happening to do it. So another example, water ball, mental image, a glass of water within it, or something like that.
You're only conjuring the water, not glass.
Exactly. In actuality, the mana is basically collecting and condensing sparse water molecules in the air. Just as like some light examples of what I'm talking about. And also Biohazard, yes, he technically is, but I also like when people do that at times. Because it
Poking out the holes. I just read his comment. I'm poking holes because there are questions that are being asked, which
Yeah,
kind
and
of
as I said, I like it when people do that often. Not all the time, but often.
now here's my other question because I just thought about this. Why was the explosion so powerful that it took your arm, but not powerful enough to take your eye? Because your eye, in retrospect and actual physical biologically, you can
Yeah.
squish your eye like a grape. Your
Yeah,
arm
that,
has bone, your flesh, muscle, and everything else. If it was strong enough to take your arm but not your eye, kind of.
I never said it took the arm. I said it damaged the arm. There have been many cases where, say, someone has an injury to their arm, like if it's a burn or if it's something else, where the limb is still physically there, but it is too far damaged to be salvageable. And like, let's just say if, in my character's case, Donkey in Magic, the guest host, parry this, you bloody wizard.
Head for the Hall of Paradoxology
But
before
anyways,
they send in
let's just say, for example, if the explosion or whatever the hell happened, it was able to damage his arm to the extent that it would not be viable to keep.
Paradoxology, the hall of stuff that is but shouldn't.
Whether that be the limb was too damaged to be properly repaired and so he couldn't use his arm, or it would be like a Doctor Strange moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh god, Adar's in my chat, shit.
Hi, Adar.
But yeah, and like, yes, you know how with Doctor Strange, like in the movie, basically, he got hurt, he was able to get repaired, but his hands were not steady enough to still be a surgeon, so he couldn't do what
I
he
may
did
need to
anymore.
repair.
I want to imagine it was of a similar case to where his arm could have been quote unquote healed, but he would not be able to use it to do what he did to do what he does. So he went with the alternative, which is basically to give himself a prosthetic that could still allow him to do what he did. Yeah, he loses his arm, but he
Dr.
doesn't lose his
Finkelmeyer and I
livelihood.
studied the enigmatic physiological effect of creatures on their caretakers. Follow us.
I don't know.
as we
I'm
endeavor
kind
to
of on the
unlock the
fence of
mystery of
like,
augmented
I kind of
intelligence
wanted to
through
see the
irradiating
explosion that
organisms.
happened.
Not by us, mind you. I think
Like,
our investors will
I-
be relieved to know these creatures.
Plus, you
kind
could
of-
also look at it this way. Another thing going with the whole arm thing is, you know, I said like electrical, thermal, and kinetic.
Yeah.
The electrical could have caused so much nerve damage that he couldn't use his arm.
That would also. But here's the thing. I know you're wearing a jacket, but you would also see like nerve scarring, because you've seen like plenty of animes where they do like the scarring that's like electrified.
So you're referring to having it like up here?
Yeah, like right there, but like the nerve scarring goes like up to the neck kind of thing. Because
Yeah,
like
but
from that point up to your neck, because the nerves go from your like all the way up your arm to your neck. How this also again still goes back to the like the how big was the explosion? How bad was the explosion? Because the extent of the damage, yes, your arm can you know be far beyond repair. Let's just say through
yeah.
what you're saying. But you're still going to have scarring leading up to it.
Yeah, but again, I also want to have it. That's why he wears his coat and shit, to basically cover it.
True. But you also have the model without it though. And
No. No, I don't.
well, I'm saying like you have the coat and everything, but your body underneath. Like
Yeah.
I know you're only ever going to see that like on your model. But if you were to like basically model your model the way you would have him if you were to use him like how you and me are going to start working on animations and stuff. Like imagine there is a scene where
Yeah, but keep
someone
in
sees
mind,
you
what
without
I'm
your
doing right
jacket.
now,
Yeah.
what I am doing right fucking now, is I want a viable product.
Yeah.
That is on the gauge of refining it. So those are small little details I will work on after I have a working product.
Okay.
But now that you do mention it, I do like the ideas of having little bits of like almost like nerve scarring going up the side of his face from his arm.
Yeah. Kind of like up the neck, kind of like following some nerves.
Yeah, however, that's something I'll work on later because currently his clothing is all one piece.
Yeah, which is fine because that you're working on it in parts. But it's just
Yeah.
kind of a whole thing. But I mean, honestly, personally, as I said, something should be wrong with the eye. Like, even if it's not blindness, I mean, an eye difference. Like, because you know when
So
some people go blind,
disfigurement.
either disfigurement or discolor. Like, you know when some people, like, um, cataracts, when you have cataracts, sometimes it's only in one eye. When you look at one eye, it's fine. But when you look at the other one, it's kind of blurry or like like has
Or
a clear
washed out.
coating or washed out. Yeah. So like imagine something like that. I mean, even with the eye, maybe like have red or veiny parts to it. Like it's
Yeah,
not
I
because
was
of the fact
kind of
of
thinking
like
that.
it's not like the fact of like it's oh, he's just not blinking enough or he needs eye drops. It's no, his eye
Yeah,
has scarred like that.
yeah. So basically,
Know what you're
like
trying to
visual
do, and
damage
I
to
will
the
not
eye.
let
Yeah.
it happen.
Even if it's not like a functional thing, like yeah, his eye fully functions as it should. Or maybe it's got like an issue where every so often he like his eye has a sharp pain or like something similar to that.
Actually, you know what I just thought of, which is honestly a little accurate to me IRL.
I gotta cut some.
Oh,
Fuck.
yes! Now
Okay.
this is what I'm talking
Like,
about.
sorry.
Look at this thing.
No, it's
According to the
alright.
archives,
expect to walk
this
into
is
it.
a prototype ornithopter designed for orbital travel.
What is it with these guys and their pets? I don't know about you, but something about them gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Gotcha! I got you, Doctor!
Hang on, Doctor. Pull him up! Do not let go. Come on! Hold me up!
Why did you save me?
I don't know.
Let's see.
You would have done the same for me,
Anything else
right?
major I can work on structural wise.
God damn it.
No, I don't think there is. So I guess that's just export textures.
Hang on to your
right.
sprockets, gang. You're punching through the Magnus troposphere.
I hope you have better luck than Kronk here. The entire quadrant is littered with those third asteroids.
In my
Yeah,
defense,
Dar the
the
unclean
Polaris
one.
Department of Transportation took away my license 30 years ago.
Well, given how lewd he is, that's not accurate.
Yeah.
Lunar
It's not
module separated.
He's
Switching to manual control.
Inaccurate.
Yes.
But,
Alright, the cutscene is
Oh,
technically
that
yeah.
could be a
Cutscene's
problem.
over.
I don't think you have enough gelatonium
yeah, I
to
gotta
reach the moon.
check this.
Try searching
Okay.
the debris field
I just want to
for
make sure that,
stray
because I
shell
recognize the song that's
Awful lot
playing,
of
I just
ships
didn't want to make sure it
crash
wasn't
through here.
copyright.
Actually, did you do research on music? Because I know the last thing that I gave you, there was like one or two things that were muted when you looked back.
Really?
Well, yeah, because you and me were looking at the stream and there was one part, a very vague one part. So there's like a certain point in your song playlist that did it.
No, fuck you. Dar said, fuck you both, Junkie and George.
What did I do?
I don't know. Apparently he did something to annoy him.
I mean, look, man. When you stuck your tongue out at me and I took it in my hand, look, man, that was your own fault.
None of the fuck?
We during one of my streams, he came by, and he was like messing with sticking his tongue
Oh,
out
like
and
slime
shit.
frog one?
Yeah,
Oh, actually, I remember that actually.
I grabbed his tongue and just like slingshotted it back into his mouth.
No comment.
Look, man,
But yeah,
there's a lot
yeah,
of things you can do with that tongue.
We can see
but
you!
yeah, you are right
Get
about
to
that,
work,
George.
Crunch!
I
Looking
probably
good
should
out
look more
there!
into what music
Yeah!
is copyright free or something, or
Yeah.
other shit for my stream.
I mean, if anything, what you could do,
Yeah,
go through a lot of the games that you play and compile a playlist of musics from them. Because
that
typically a
are
lot of
copyright free.
typically a lot of games are copyright free music. Like
Yeah,
the
because
church music
streamers.
from yeah, because a lot of the music from BioShock, that's copyright free. The church music from there.
Oh, I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah. Um, there are games that obviously use copyrighted music like Fallout and stuff.
Yeah,
BioShock, not BioShock. Cyberpunk also uses copyright music. GTA
yeah,
uses some.
yeah,
It
fair.
really all depends. So I would really look into things. Like I have used music from some Sonic things. Like obviously my intro is the Sonic Mania music. I
Yeah,
use that as like my intro music and stuff like that. Um, so it's definitely something you need to research,
Well, I'll
or
be
compile a
darned. It
playlist.
looks like Dr. Croyd set up a secret lab up here.
yeah, fair.
See if you can do some snooping. He's gotta be around here somewhere.
Hey, I caught one.
All right, let's see.
Continuing what you were saying earlier, though.
Fuck, I forgot what I was saying.
We were talking about your eye and the scarrings.
Uh,
How the eye
oh,
should
oh
have
yeah,
some nerve damage
yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah. What I was getting at with that is just the fact that it kind of fits with something for me IRL, because like an issue I had IRL with my own eyes, why I wear glasses, is that when I was born, I had like the whole thing with the lazy eye.
Yeah.
I was born with lazy eye, but it was like and I kid you not, a hair out of place. That
I
was enough to fuck up my eye.
mine's the same way. I believe it's my left or my right. I can't remember. It's my left eye. Because I'm remembering, because every time I take a photo, it's always my fucking left eye. And you can see it. It's very minuscule, but it exists.
Yeah,
And I
for me,
didn't realize it till after my like eye doctor had pointed out to me. It's like, you do know you have a lazy eye, right? Did you ever wear one of the eye things when you were a kid? I was like, I did not know I had a lazy eye.
yeah. Also, Biohazard just said Sonic Frontier
Nice.
Undefeatable is such a good catchy song.
Yes.
Hell yeah! Have you ever heard the remix of it? The ultimate remix? Also,
Have
Find Your
I?
Flame
I have
too.
not.
I was
But
asking your
yeah, I
the buddy,
know. I
the
know
guy in
you're.
your chat.
Yeah, you're dressed in Biohazard. I figured. I just
Yeah,
give my own 2 cents.
yeah.
But
But
yeah. With what I was saying was that for me, it
Nice.
like.
More ammo.
Do you want to know the only reason it was ever found why my eye fucked up?
why?
We saw an optometrist at a university,
It's not enough to be a thief.
and
No,
the
no.
only
You have to be
reason,
an
the
assassin,
only
an errand boy
fucking
for the
reason
state.
she noticed it is because she had seen it before.
Watch out for the
If
cradle
not for
keys.
that, she would not have fucking noticed it. That's how slight it was. But because of that, I've worn glasses for the last 23 years. But yeah, like because of that factor, to where I can sort of still see out of it, but not very well. I kind of figured maybe a more direct example to that towards my my model.
Okay.
But yeah, I think at a later date I might work on the texturing for the face and part of the eye to kind of express that a bit more.
Yeah.
Also, I'm not exactly a fan of what's currently being played, so give me a second. And unfortunately, pull up a playlist of
Dr. Croyd must have installed
shit that I can't exactly
so
show
he could avoid the crater
or
peas.
well play.
Get ready, Ratchet.
Best music mix, no copyright, gaming music. Do you think I should pull that up?
Does it say on
Just
copyright?
what the technician ordered.
In the title it says no copyright gaming music.
Alright.
found ammo. What did they offer
All I
you for
can
my
say is
energy
that after
extractor?
stream,
Both?
check your VOD.
Power?
If there's
Your greed is
parts,
destroying Magnus.
Cut out, yeah.
then you'll know that
Heads up!
that might
More
not be the
crater
best
peas.
playlist.
Yeah. Yeah.
Definitely trying to find the right music at first is,
A little hit or miss.
yeah.
Yeah, which is fair.
Take cover.
Which is,
But,
kind of why it's like most of the time when I'm playing a game that has music already in it. So. But
Yeah.
the times where it's like a lo-fi, like no kind of music playing at all kind of thing, I usually have to try to find something.
Yeah. Fair enough.
All systems are operational.
Although my 7 days, I didn't really do that for. I think I probably should have towards like a certain part of it.
Yeah, I feel you.
Because there were a lot of like quiet times during that. The Terraria one is definitely gonna need to have music.
Yeah, also I don't think I'm gonna do this for the hair.
I have a question for you. What did you think of Terraria when you played? Didn't really click very well.
I wouldn't quite say that. I would probably say it's sort of like a similar thing of like I've been curious about Terraria, but I haven't been like, oh yeah, I really want to fucking play it type deal.
Yeah.
So because of that, it's sort of like me trying to figure out, oh, this is new, this is new, this is new, this is different, this is different, this is new. It's sort of like I'm just very lost. I'm like, okay, cool, I have this thing. The fuck do I do with it? Oh cool, this thing showed up. The fuck do I do now? Oh cool, I have this. Oh shit, now there's a boss that showed up. The fuck do I do?
Perhaps I should acquire some.
That's kind of fair.
Yeah.
When I selected us to Terraria, it was one out of like the select couple like games that like are survival based without fully jumping into another Minecraft thing. Considering we're playing, well, I've been on the Minecraft server for a while now. And Minecraft
I've unfortunately been busy with so much shit.
Yeah.
There we go, I think that's...
I've kind of burnt myself out of Minecraft for now.
I will help you, Ratchet.
Yeah,
especially
fair.
after the Sevtech, going from Sevtech, which was burning the fuck out of me.
Yeah, I get that.
So, at this point, I'm kind of keeping the Minecraft server running for those who are on it, so play on it. But for the most part, I'm kind of burned. Like I'll jump on to do like small things. It's not because of the fact that I'm bored of the mod pack. It's just
I should acquire some.
I would like someone on there with me, since like you said, you've been busy, so I'm not gonna blame the hell out of you for it.
Yeah, just like for the last while, just a lot of shit with like my grandma and other stuff has just made things very clusterfucked. I'll put it that way.
Yeah.
Also, Bio said, back to my last comment, what I like about Undefeatable is that it reminds me a lot of 2010, 2012 emo rock music. Not lyrics-wise, but melody-wise.
Why does that make sense? I didn't really think of that. Because I like, I'll be honest, back in the day, I listened to a lot of Green Day. Like,
I do, like hell, I do. I
Like,
do listen to a lot of Green Day.
the Green Day songs that I used to listen to was Boulevard, Broken Dreams, 21
Ayo.
Guns. What was the other one?
Yeah.
What was another one of their popular songs at the time?
There's one I played a shit ton of whenever I played Beat Saber, when I used to play Beat Saber a lot.
Oh, Time of Your Life.
Don't... drawing a blank on that one. Unfortunately, the music in the background isn't really helping either, so...
Yeah. Essentially, the song was basically about like his lover and whatnot. It basically a fuck you, like, you know.
Yeah.
I hope
Yeah,
you have the time of your life. Oh, fuck, God, what was? I wish I could think of the lyrics for it, cause.
Yeah, I think I know what you mean. However, for me, the one that I was thinking of is like just remember it was like da 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 something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you know the song, you just can't think of the fucking name.
Yep.
Yeah.
So someone help me out here with
use your reflectors.
The Time of Your Life song. Because that's actually gonna annoy me. That I can't remember.
Hold on. Was one of the lines like "I've never felt this way before" or no?
No, I don't think.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, Well, this is pretty interesting. I found another thing for like copyright-free music. It says rock workout energetic.
Just what the technician ordered.
Yeah, this is a little more my speed. Okay. Diffuse. I need to create a bake texture for this.
You know, one of the other suggestions for like the Sunday game was Don't Starve Together.
Nice.
Oh man, I've been wanting to fucking play that with some people. Because I've had it for a long time, but I've never had anyone actually fucking play it with. Or at least not enough people, I should say.
I think Jiraxis wanted to do that.
Yeah, also, Biohazard said, I listened to Green Day, but even, like, I guess even I'm drawing a blank. Yeah, like, after stream, I'm just gonna look up a lot of, like, Green Day shit and just see if we can find what the fuck you're talking about.
Boulevard of Broken Dreams was one of...
this one's mine.
Obviously the one that everyone remembers. Like, the whole,
yeah.
I walk this lonely road.
Yeah. Yeah, careful. Careful.
Hey, it's very shoddily sung, so it's fine.
Yeah, but I don't know how nitpicky they'll be.
That's also a fair statement.
Yes.
You know, the funny thing is, I think I used this song in one of my YouTube videos. Oh, he's probably referring to like what's playing in my stream. Oh, this works out. All by the same channel, all saying no copyright music, so. Alright, let's see if it's saved how I think it did.
Hop in.
It did not. Why am I not surprised?
Hey, I caught one.
Alright, let me think. Guess I am gonna have to
Robot
do it this
friends,
way.
we do not wish to fight you.
Wrap, smart UV project. There we go. Okay, that should hopefully bake a lot better. Okay, yeah, got the right one selected.
I caught one. Ready.
I am ready.
Hmm.
Quick, activate your jetpacks. Phew, that was a close one.
Watch out for Croyd's defenses. It doesn't look like he's the kind
I'm
of
gonna skip
robot
that
who
one.
likes uninvited visitors.
All right, that's gonna annoy me. I'm sorry. Give me a moment.
I guess this is alright. Okay, let's see what happens if I use it now.
I realized I could put my earbud in because I got my fucking shit on my phone. And I only need one ear to hear you guys and stream the rest of that.
Yeah, also, yeah, that still didn't work. Fuck it, I guess I'll have to do this. Oh, and in case anyone who might be wondering what I'm doing here, yeah, what I'm doing here is the fact that because when I was rendering or baking the hair texture, it was way too freaking dark. And I think that's because the rendering lighting was too low. So I basically made everything bleach white, like a freaking still room. Hopefully that should make it render properly now. Oh, right.
Yes.
Yeah, it's selected.
Okay, so it was on the same album as American Idiot. Um, it basically is the dun 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 dun, and like at the start when he's starting the song, it's dun 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 fuck dun 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 dun. Another turning point, a fork stuck in the road.
Oh yeah, I know the one you're talking about now.
That one.
Yeah, I know the one you're talking about.
Yeah. I don't know why I couldn't fucking remember that one. I listened to that non-fucking stop. The fact that I couldn't remember it. The song is called Time of Your Life. Or at least from another title that it's known by is Good Riddance.
Fair enough.
Because he's literally talking about his ex-girlfriend who, like, left him.
Oh, okay, that baked pretty well. Yeah.
Bio, do you know what I'm talking about now? Since I looked into it a little bit more deeply.
Hey, I caught one. Yes.
And now no, I just thought of it. I could fucking just put my earbud in and listen to music while fucking
I'm good.
doing this.
I found ammo.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to because of the fact that I gotta pay attention to everything else.
Alright, well, the hair's set up for this one. Right, yeah, I needed to re-export after fixing some things. Okay,
Ratchet.
so the hair has one texture.
Hop in. You ready, pal? Ratchet, take cover.
What? I hit the shield out.
Oh, I better find some nanotech. I have your back, Ratchet. Back in action. Ratchet, I require assistance. Clank!
Our planet's entire history is a fraud. You're part of it. How could you, Neva? You were... Try bouncing that laser across multiple reflectors.
Ratchet!
Motherfucker.
Ratchet!
Get back up there, you son of a bitch.
Hey. Hop in.
Amazing. To think Dr. Croyd's been up here all this time, setting up an entire research station by himself.
Oh, great.
What happened? Where'd your eyes go?
That's a good question.
My eyeballs are gone.
Welcome
What do
to
you mean your
Weapons
eyeballs are
Lab
gone?
Delta.
Exactly as I
Are
said,
you
they're
ready
fucking
to begin?
gone. Alright. What am I working with?
You know what's another game that has good music? Killer Instinct 2015. Haven't quite heard it, so I can't really say. Fucking update. Okay, yeah, I think I know where I fucked up here.
Go ahead, Ratchet.
This one's mine.
Nice. I know I have the hair texture already.
I believe this situation calls for the vacuum. My father would be so proud.
Hop in. Hey. You ready, pal?
My robotic friend, we do not wish to fight you.
Nice one, pal.
I believe this situation calls for the vacuum.
Hop in.
Go ahead, Ratchet.
Fucking.
You good?
Yeah, just fucking puzzles annoying me.
Got it. Killer Instinct soundtrack is composed by Mick Gordon, the same guy who did the soundtrack for Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal. Huh.
Go ahead, Ratchet.
I knew he did for Doom, didn't know he did for that. But that does make sense though.
Why help Lakota?
Oh god, what you want now?
I don't know. That's why I said what.
This receptacle requires some sort of energy source. I am ready.
Whoa. Hop in. You ready, pal?
You've just completed another trial, and without any loss of limbs. Bravo, volunteers. You have much to be proud of.
Oh, I got one rhino part left. Awesome. We have terminal 3 a.m. brain. Hold on. You're saying terminal 3 a.m. brain. Am I eating rocks again? Am I a cross-eyed chicken? Or is it not that kind
We
of 3
got
a.m.
ammo
brain?
here. Ready.
I am ready.
Also, I have a question. What's with the bunny ears?
I think I explained that to you.
And you explained that, like, he took in beast rabbits.
Oh, yeah, basically like essentially beastkin rabbit girls.
That doesn't really explain why he has
Right, yeah, that part of things.
that never got explained.
Right, I think lore-wise, why it had it happen was because basically as a just trying to think of how to word it. Essentially, human raising bunny girls is a little, I guess, to a degree, difficult to explain or something like that, or might be awkward for them. So he made them so that they feel less different, I think the best way to put it. It's hard to explain, and I'm not really in the mindset to try to explain it properly, so.
Yes, I suppose.
I'm a mix of tired, I'm also high, so. Mind you, that neither of those should surprise me. Or at least the latter shouldn't. He has bunny ears because anime nonsense. Oh, fuck off.
I'm waiting for the outfit to come out too.
Why did it fuck up the eyes again?
Get ready, Ratchet.
You ready, pal?
I am ready.
Okay, where is it? No, wrong one.
Hey!
Oh
I
god,
got
that
one.
was creepy.
Yes!
George? Yeah, this was the freaking texture pick for the face. Okay. Fuck.
This one's mine.
But yeah, basically what I was trying to say
I have
before
your back, Ratchet.
was basically since he was raising the rabbit girls, he did it so that it doesn't seem.
Oh, be careful, rookies.
Okay, I had two ideas for it. One of him trying to be accommodating for them, another of them giving it to him.
Get ready, Ratchet.
And honestly, I think them giving it to him is a little more understanding and easy to explain.
True.
Because how I'm thinking about it is that because he raised them, they kind of learn a bit of the trade themselves, so they learn how to make shit and other stuff. So one thing that they made for him was this headband with bunny ears.
God, I couldn't imagine like
It's sort of
trying to explain that to civilian life. Why do you have rabbit ears? Well, you see, I have 2 girls at home.
basically, I kind of look at it as it's under a similar guise as like how, oh, your daughter made you a like being the dad. Oh, your daughter made you this
To repair.
paper princess crown thing, and so you wear it because she made it for you type deal.
You do not wish to fight you.
Sort of under a similar kind of guise. Okay. Ah. Yeah, depending on how things go, I may end up calling my stream soon, just because I'm just getting tired.
Good work, Ratchet. That poltergeist will do just
Yeah.
fine. This receptacle
Why the
requires
fuck
some
are
sort
the
of
eyes
energy
doing
source.
this? That's what I want to know.
Oh, I think I ran into it. Yep, I did. I ran into a pencil. Awesome.
Planet Toronux?
Oscilloscope shows an increase in thermal kinetic output around the anterior cingulate cortex, confirming my hypothesis that the answer is in the rocks. They can't survive outside, so they need vessels.
No, I
Dr.
can't use
Croyd?
that.
My stars! A lombax! What a remarkable specimen! And with such a shiny coat! Oh, you three brought him to the right place.
Dr. Frumpus Croyd, astrophysicist, paradoxologist, and Lombax Whisperer?
Dr. Croyd, I don't
Dr.
need a
Croyd?
translator.
I see.
We're here because someone is using your work
Yes?
to bring monsters to Magnus, and we need your help to stop him.
Uh-huh. He's saying he's hungry.
Oh, for the love of...
Listen, Doctor, I completely respect the fact that you're insane, but I'm trying to boost my approval rating, so what say we dial down the crazy and tell us how to stop Nevo?
I think I have something
There are
over
options
here.
number 3 to
Ephemeris
explain
uses
the
a
bunny
versatile
ears
energy
anime
dock to charge its
nonsense.
power cells. It emits a high-frequency sonar ping to prevent
Yeah,
ships from
yeah,
flying into
fair.
it.
Right. And that frequency would do... what now?
It would allow us to triangulate the location of the charging dock.
Success! It's on the Villarog Plateau!
I'm impressed, Nefarious. You did good. Dr. Croyd, we're going to stop Nevo from hurting anyone else, but we could really use your help. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I think he needs to poo. I'll go get a baggie.
Hey, Doc, make it 2. Been a
fuck.
long
God
trip.
fucking damn it, Cork! Ah! You fucking weird motherfucker. If you had context to what the fuck happened on my side, we found Dr. Croy, who is thinking Ratchet's speaking a whole different language. So, Dr. Croy has lost his fucking marbles. And Ratchet was trying to explain to him that we're gonna try to stop whatever this thing is. But it's going to take Croy's help. And Croy, being a crazy lunatic that he is right now, he's like, I think he has to poo. I'll go get a baggie. And then Quark's like, hey Croy, make it 2. It's been a long trip. Like, god fucking damn it, Quark.
Oh, okay.
God fucking damn it. Quark, why?
I have to leave, it's okay. Yeah, I definitely will. Catch you later then, Bio.
See you later, Bio. Catch you around, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll be honest, like, shit like him popping in here and like what a dart did, that is the kind of shit I want in my chat. Basically, some people
hold on!
press just to shoot the shit with.
We're going down!
Everyone all right?
Oh, Ratchet, you ate my entire
Quark,
family.
could you-
Now how
On
are
it.
we supposed to get married?
Kronk, come in.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna basically
Zephyr,
just get the face
do you
sword
copy?
and I'm gonna hop off, so. Okay, so
Which is honestly fine because I just landed on the
Those structures appear
next
to
to new
belong to the
planet.
collectors. Perhaps we
oh,
can
so
use them to
you're getting
locate a
ready to
railway
finish up too?
station.
Yeah,
All right.
because there's not really much left unless I continue through an entire whole nother section. Which I'm gonna say this right now. I'm not minding this, but I'm trying to understand where
Hey,
this
I got
falls in
one.
the actual timeline, like chronologically. Because these games are part of the storyline.
Yeah, they have their own canon.
Yeah. So I'm trying to figure out where this is part of the canon. Because
Alright.
Rift Apart,
You ready,
I
pal?
am ready.
sorry, not Rift Apart, Into Nexus, I can see where that ties in, because it explains how they get the Dimensionator. I can see where Deadlock comes into play in the storyline, because it explains where half the world's heroes are. They're not worlds, but galaxy's heroes. I can understand a couple things, but I'm kind of curious
Oh, boy.
where
Was that a Grunga?
the multiplayer games of Ratchet and Clank play their part in the actual canon story.
Alright.
So, playing through it is going to explain that. Because after I get through All for One and Full Frontal Assault, I move on to Into Nexus.
Alright.
Which I'm guessing after Full Frontal Assault it will explain how they end up at Into Nexus. But then again, Into Nexus had a phone game tied to it. That was kind of like Subway Surfer.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if I'm gonna have to look it up before I get to Into Nexus, so when I start working on Full Frontal Assault, I'm gonna have to like look up how close, and am I gonna have to explain the story for Into Nexus, or
Okay.
I forget if it was pre-Nexus or Nexus. I need an explanation of whether or not that, how crucial is the canon and how badly am I going to because if I need to pull up a cutscene that happens in the phone app game prior to me playing it, I'll have to find the cutscene and then play it on streams. That way it's like, alright, well,
Here's your context.
Here's the context prior to it. But if it's a text-based thing, I can read up on it and then explain it to the stream prior to
Okay.
or like during the start of stream.
Yeah, also, okay, so I've now gotten the texture to fucking work. It was a little annoying, but I finally managed to get the fucking work I wanted it to. So, with that, I am calling my stream.
Hey, I caught one.
This was definitely fun. I'm
Well, that
guessing
was
my
fun.
one viewer right now is you.
Well, for me, this was also fun. I mean, we got to
Yeah.
talk a lot about story for your
Yep.
character, adding a little bit
Yep.
more detail to yours.
Yep. And as I said, I definitely appreciate a lot of the back and forth because it kind of. This is the kind of shit I've been wanting. This is the kind of shit that I've been wanting when it comes to streaming. Someone to talk to, someone to have conversations with, someone to shoot the shit, someone to give critique on shit that I'm doing.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, George, you want to know something else that actually makes you really glad that I forget, was it me or you that thought of doing this?
It was you.
Oh, okay.
Pat yourself on the back, man. You were the one that came
Oh,
up with the idea.
you know, I honestly just couldn't remember offhand if it was your idea or mine.
Uh,
But anyways, yeah, what I'm really glad about that I thought of this idea is also the fact that you know what doing this with you also helps me with.
hmm.
I essentially have someone to hold me accountable to actually have a consistent stream schedule.
This is true. That um, this the other person that said that to me was Kai as well, because Kai had mentioned to me that because he was having an issue trying to come up with ideas for stream or not having any way of
Mm-hmm.
communicating with his stream, but because me and him were doing the Gears of War series, which I kicked myself in the ass. I have to send out his game system that I got from the trash
Yeah.
um, to send it to him so we can get the Gears of War series back up and running.
Yeah. All right. But yeah, if we're gonna do that at this point, yeah, I'm going to end it.
Yes.
So,
So,
who the fuck can I raid with one person?
well, from my end, Frosted Frick is live.
Yes, they are live for me as well. And you know
So
what?
that's who I usually send them to. So, from
Yeah.
my end, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you all have a wonderful night. I shall catch you all tomorrow. I'm gonna say Baldur's Gate, but at the same time, a new party game just came out called Party Animals. I'm not sure if tomorrow we're gonna do that or if we're gonna continue with Baldur's Gate. So
Also remind me for the raid thing. Do I have a space between that and the name or no?
yes, it's slash raid space the person's name.
Okay.
So I'm not entirely sure yet, ladies and gentlemen. It depends on how many people we have and how much time we can squeeze out of it. So,
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen, enjoy your time over Frosted Friction. I shall catch you all tomorrow. Have a night, everyone. As I send the raid through, and I will let Junkie do his
Yeah.
as mine is going.
Yeah. What's funny is I technically used your outro for myself.
Well, damn, fine. Ladies and gentlemen, then enjoy Frosted.